Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're diving into what is arguably the greatest rivalry in automotive history, BMW versus Mercedes. Now, if you've ever found yourself debating cars with your friends or, just wondering what actually separates the world's most famous premium automakers, well, you are in exactly the right place. I mean, these aren't just companies building vehicles, right? They're titans. They represent completely different worldviews on what driving should actually be. All right, let's just jump right in and see what makes these two absolute legends tick. So who is the true king of the road? It's a massive historic rivalry that has literally divided car enthusiasts for decades. And honestly, it goes way beyond just basic brand loyalty. It's really about what you value in your daily life. On one hand, you've got drivers who just crave pure, unadulterated excitement, right? They see the open road as this grand adventure. But then, on the other hand, you have those who demand nothing less than absolute elegance. For them, the car is a sanctuary. It's a total clash of automotive philosophies. To really figure out who takes the crown here, we need to dig into exactly what each of these incredible brands actually stands for. It all comes down to one fundamental dividing line. BMW claims the crown for drivers who want sheer excitement and performance. Their cars are proudly built for people who just love the physical, engaging act of driving itself. They want you to really feel the road. But Mercedes, well, they completely flip that script. They argue that true luxury isn't about sweating behind the wheel. It's about style and absolute comfort. Their whole philosophy is that you don't just drive a Mercedes, you arrive in style. It's such a fascinating contrast when you think about it. It's literally the thrill of the journey versus the prestige and relaxation of the arrival. And BMW makes absolutely zero apologies for their aggressive, performance-first approach. They sum it up beautifully with one simple phrase. I call it confidence. When they're challenged about their pretty bold attitude, BMW engineers simply don't back down. They view their intense focus on speed and driver engagement not as, just showing off, but as an unshakable belief in their own engineering. They want you, the driver, to feel that exact same confidence the second you start the engine. It's a true marker of their brand identity, bold, assertive, and completely focused on the person sitting in that driver's seat. But Mercedes has a really brilliant counterpoint to that aggressive stance. I call it maturity. Mercedes looks at BMW's intense focus on raw speed, and frankly, they kind of see a lack of balance. To Mercedes, true automotive supremacy doesn't come from being the loudest or the fastest off the line. No, it comes from an elegance that makes every single journey effortless, unforgettable. They firmly believe that deep, intrinsic balance beats showing off every single time. It really is a fascinating philosophical standoff, isn't it? It's like the fiery confidence of youth versus the quiet, assured maturity of experience. All right, let's move on to Section 1, the beauty contest, aggressive versus timeless. You can clearly see these distinct philosophies the exact moment you look at the cars. BMW totally relies on visual cues that just scream performance. We're talking aggressive, sharp headlights, a low, sporty stance that really hugs the ground, and of course that bold, unmistakable kidney grille. They want to look absolutely unforgettable creeping up in your rearview mirror. Mercedes, on the other hand, leans heavily into elegant, sweeping curves. They've got their iconic star emblem standing proud and a timeless design that kind of just speaks for itself without having to shout. There's actually this great running joke in the car world that I think perfectly captures the difference. A BMW always looks like it's racing to a business meeting, while a Mercedes just looks like it's confidently heading to one. Okay, Section 2. Speed versus luxury. Twisty roads versus first class. Now, when the rubber actually meets the road, the differences between these two become incredibly visceral. When a road gets twisty, BMW claims absolute dominance. They deliver precision handling, powerful engines, and just pure unfiltered driving fun. They fully expect you to want to push the limits, gripping the steering wheel tight on every single corner. But Mercedes? Well, they aren't trying to win every stoplight sprint, mostly because they know not every driver actually wants to race. Instead, they promise perfectly smooth power, advanced tech, and a cabin experience that literally feels like flying first class. So BMW wants your heart racing, but Mercedes, they just want you to sink into a plush seat and smile when you close the heavy door. Next up, Section 3, the technology battle, smart meets fast. So in today's digital age, these cars are practically rolling computers. And it's so fascinating how their differing philosophies dictate even their computer chips. For BMW, technology is almost entirely focused on the drive itself. They really prioritize intelligent driving systems, highly responsive digital displays, and sporty engineering that is meant to directly enhance your physical performance on the road. Mercedes, though, points its tech inward, focusing on the environment right around you. They double down on cutting-edge safety features, luxurious interiors elevated by all that ambient tech, advanced voice assistants, and broader industry innovations. So the really crucial takeaway here is this. They're both incredibly smart for sure, but BMW uses tech to make you a sharper driver, while Mercedes uses it to make you a safer, far more comfortable passenger. Moving on to section 4, a mutual passion, engineering masterpieces. Look, despite all their bickering over grills and, comfort versus speed, these two rivals actually share a pretty undeniable foundation. They're both highly intelligent, intricately designed machines. They are both incredibly fast when they need to be. At their core, the truth is that both of these brands produce absolute engineering masterpieces. Sure, they have vastly different personalities. It's very much the aggressive athlete versus the mature executive, but they share the exact same deep, unwavering passion for automobiles. Ultimately, they both exist to push the boundaries of what's possible and, honestly, to inspire people to actually just enjoy the journey. Which brings us right to the core takeaway of this entire explainer. The real winner of this heavyweight bout? Well, it depends entirely on the driver. Every great car has its own distinct strengths, and the ultimate choice between a BMW and a Mercedes is completely subjective. It relies 100% on what you personally value most when you turn that key. Like, do you prefer the heart-pounding excitement and physical engagement of a twisty back road? Or do you prefer the timeless elegance of arriving at your destination completely relaxed and in just absolute comfort? So, which one would you choose? Are you drawn to the bold confidence and raw performance of a BMW? Or does the quiet maturity and impeccable style of a Mercedes speak to you a bit more? Take everything we've looked at today, the exterior design, the interior tech, the overarching driving philosophy, and decide for yourself. We would absolutely love to hear which side of this legendary debate you personally fall on. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep enjoying the drive out there, and I'll see you next time.